Watson looks for and finds Walsh. He plays on immediately, breaks the tackle, hooks it over the shoulder. Hocking and Wood. Neither player could trap it. Tapped wide by Merrett. Hocking's first on the scene for Geelong. He's tackled over the boundary line, I think. No, it's still in play. Forced forward for Essendon. Picked up by Christensen. Christensen's kick floats in towards the centre, and that mark must be paid, as we saw Clark stand his ground and take a fine mark. They get a 15-metre penalty now, but he was going to hand pass anyway, so I do not think Damian Drum would mind. Well, another 15-metre penalty, and what was Drum doing wrong?
Not a lot, I thought. He was just defending his goal, but nevertheless, play goes on. Thompson's loose on the half-forward flank, and he takes the mark. Salmon gives him a lead, but he'll ignore it. Swings it in high, but the big fella has got it. No. In the meantime, a free kick going to Craig Cleave for playing him. So Craig Cleave, who has the task today of minding Paul Salmon. A number of leads forthcoming, but he elects to go down the middle. Reynoldson's the target, and he finds him on the chest. Had a good first quarter, Steve Reynolson. Swings it back in towards the centre. Van der Haar comes over the top. Thompson waiting down. So too was Clark and Mick Thompson. And off he goes. Down towards Salmon again. Couldn't take the mark. In the back, Daisy Williams, clear. Fires at goal, but is off target.
Van der Haar's in trouble, Sandy.
And at the back, yes, Van der Haar is in strife down here. I just wonder whether he winded himself, or was it a knee, or he's done something to his leg when he came down and took that mark.
Definitely a leg or a knee or ankle, I'd say, Sandy. He appears to be in a lot of pain. They're calling for the stretcher.
Well, that's tragedy for Essendon, because Vander was playing a blinder. So the stretcher coming out now.
I think the umpires realise, Sandy, otherwise I'm sure they would halt play.
Perhaps they should try and get some vision.
Comes towards them now. Umpire Cameron does see them now and is stopping play as the stretcher comes out to Paul Van der Haar, and he really does look in pain.
Well, that's tremendously bad news. He's had a wonderful start to the year, as he did last year. In fact, selected in the state squad.
Baker getting ready to come on. That Van der Haar was absolutely burning. Let's just hope, Sandy, that he's not.
Oh, let's hope it's really not another blooming knee or fair dinkum, these cruciates and medials, and whatever happens to them nowadays, you can kiss 6 months goodbye. It's so disappointing. So there's a complete mess out there at the moment, with players going everywhere. In fact, you'd almost think it was the end of the game. They've all gathered round, the Essendon boys. Very sympathetic towards Vander's cause. But let us hope that it is just not too serious.
It's not looked good, Sandy, but as you said, let us hope.
So, Kevin Walsh has been given the task on Jacko now. There's a shot, those two knees, and it really doesn't tell us a great deal. Someone left to drive the U-turn for Van tonight, I think. Baker comes on, places him. Now, who's gone down? No, it looks as though Brian Wood has gone down on Mark Jackson.
At the moment, Wood is there, Sandy.
And Walsh coming up on the ball. So we'll just see what happens here at the moment, but I wonder if it'll spur them on. Look at Thompson right across the half-forward line. Steadies with the left foot in towards full forward. Salmon the target, and he's got him. No, he couldn't hold it. Tries to paddle it forward with the left hand. Got it across to his teammate in Daisy Williams, but he couldn't do anything with it. And so a throw-in to take place.
Well, Essendon only scored 1 point for the term, Sandy. And although it's 15 minutes 40 seconds, there must have been about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes while Paul Van der Haar was unfortunately in trouble. Cleave drives it out of the danger zone. Phillips got into the back of his opponent, took the mark though, gives it across to Watson. Watson drives it long, it's swinging back towards the square. There's no mark. No one can get it clear. I think we'll find a bounce to take place. Merrett, as though he might have copped one in the back. And a bounce 5 metres out. Merrett taps it down. Lenaghan picks it up. Merrett desperately trying to take it off him. Another pack pauses. You can never be critical of the endeavour of Roger Merrett, can you?
No. He's developed into one of the great men for Essendon last few years. Not only a bullock, but a very skilled one at that. Lenaghan on all fours. And another bounce to take place. But full credit, Bob, to Geelong for bottling them up.
Really making it hard for them, Sandy. A 16-point margin at quarter time, and it's 16 points at the moment.
And I'll tell you what, if they can go in with not much more than 20 at half-time, it'll make it very interesting in the third term. Bruns has an airy. And what's Roger? It's just a little drop punt away, but no. Dennis Ridge says we'll have a bounce. It's strangely quiet after that Van der Haar scare. Boss over the top. Hocking. Christensen. Geelong out of trouble.
Nice kick from Christensen. He's looking for Brownless. An awkward bounce for Walsh. Brownless picks the ball up. The hand pass to Darcy. Likewise to Drum. Drum goes short to Jackson, and Jackson takes the mark. Mark Jackson, 30 metres out from goal. He is shielded a little bit by the AP Showers Pavilion, the AF Showers Pavilion. And so maybe a chance of scoring. And he puts it through for his first goal.
And a very, very handy one for Geelong in this second term. But although the wind has changed, it does...
it's still favouring the end of which Essendon kicking, Sandy.
Yep, and they've outscored them in this term.
It's amazing sometimes how teams can play so well against the breeze, and you would imagine they're going to go right on with it, as Jackson and Wood are having a few words.
It certainly put paid to a number of predictions that were floating around, Robert.
As you said, 13 goals.
You said 14.
8, I said.
Oh, he's unbelievable. Jackson at the back. Tried to tap it on, and it'll be Thompson who'll clear for Essendon. This is Mark Thompson towards centre wing. Hughes. Watson takes it, gives it across to Mick. Now they're the two landscape gardeners. Off they go again. He gives it across to Ezard. Runs his 15 metres. Long. Clark at the back. Salmon in front. Couldn't take the mark. Neil is there. Who's going to pick it up? No one. They go to ground. Oh, and he's picked out a free kick. Who's sandwiched underneath? Steve Reynoldsson. Is it Clark? Steve Clark kicked one in the first term.
While we're talking of players down that end of the ground, Cleve is doing a good job against the big fellow in salmon.
So Stephen Clark, a chance for his second, and incidentally Essendon's first with this wind advantage in the second term. And his goal. No, he hasn't. Never anticipated. 1-1, Steve Clark. So 4-7. The margin just 11 points. Scratcher Neil. Been pretty quiet. Boot to ball. Banking on getting away from Salmon. He does. Over the head of Watson. Hawker will be the flyer from behind. Can't take them up. Daisy Williams waits down. Hooks it back in towards half forward. Brendan Phillips takes them up. Former North Adelaide wingman. Merrett from behind. Bursting through is Baker.
Good mark, Sandy.
Did he hold it long enough?
I believe so. Reynoldsson in towards the centre. Hocking's there.
Playing well, isn't he, Steve Reynolds?
Has played well. Hocking goes across the ground. Bright waiting for it and takes the mark. Amid a little bit of attention from Harvey. Umpire Cameron saying, I think next time you do that, you might be reported as Brownless takes a nice mark. Terry Danaher now down at centre-half foot back, and Walsh on the forward line. Brownless into the breeze, quite a nice kick, floating around, and a well-judged mark to Hawker. Hand passes to Wood. puts Wood under all sorts of pressure, but he gets out of it with a hand pass to Dunnell. Dunnell's kick drops short, but it's all Geelong. Flanagan takes it, gives it across to Boss. Breaks an easy tackle, goes short. It's an awkward one for Bruns. Cole gets a hand pass across. Boss again. Bright. Hand pass from Bright to Cole. Cole steadies, goes towards goal. It's a nice looking kick. 2 goals to Michael Cole.
And the Cats are well and truly in this game at the moment. So a fine performance by Cole to kick his second. He kicked one in the first term. And Geelong sticking with the Bombers here on Sevens Big League. 4-7, plays 4-2, but that wind swinging round. Just who it's favouring now is difficult to tell. Brendan Phillips starting to come into the game. Goes long up to half forward, or Baker almost took a sensational grab. Here's an opportunity now for Clark across to Thompson. Is this the quick reply? The two Thompsons combined. But I think he's hooked it too far. 1 point over. 4-8. 4-2. One straight. No, 4. Yes, one straight kick the difference.
Cleve. A nice kick from fullback. Drum was up high, couldn't take the mark. Ezard first on the scene. The hand pass intercepted by Turner. His hand pass taken by Evans. Evans got the push in the back and will take the free kick. So Craig Evans playing his first senior game for Geelong. From centre wing. Favouring the drop punt. Groundless up high. Couldn't take the mark. Put into the back of Danaher, but had his eyes on the ball. So a throw-in will take place as Elshaug comes on and Williams off. Merrett gets the tap down. Ezard cops one too high and will take the free kick. Alan Ezard, the half-back line. Goes short. Hawker. Glenn Hawker now. Back across the ground towards centre half forward. Madden was up high, couldn't take the mark. Christensen comes out with it, floats a kick in towards the centre, an awkward bounce for Bruns.
Look out.
Favourable one from Merrett to Dunnell to Danaher. And a lovely pass finds Elshaug, who also goes short, and it's Clark. Plays on immediately. Hand pass it forward, called play on by the umpire. Cleve, a hand pass over the top to Neil. Neil back to Christensen, and Geelong get out of trouble as Christensen's kick up towards centre wing. It's an awkward bounce. Well taken by Phillips. Across to Harvey. Harvey steadies and puts the long kick down towards the square where Baker's there. Takes it right on the line. Baker right on the line. He would get a 15-metre penalty, but there's not room for it. Yes, Baker, a beautiful kick of the football. Looks a little bit groggy from that one. That's for Leon Baker. 6 points the margin at the moment. After this kick, I would imagine it would be 12 points. Right on the goal line. Baker's kick. No mistake about that. Leon Baker brings up his first goal, and Essendon go to 5 goals, 8-40, with Geelong 4-2-26. And Baker does look a little bit sore around the jaw area.
Baker 1, Clark 1, and Merrett 2 for Essendon, and Alan Ezard also a single.